Hello guys, I'm so happy to be back. It's been so long and I've had so many issues with YouTube and trying to get videos on YouTube. If you've been watching my previous videos, I had issues because I moved house and I was getting the internet installed, so that took about a month. So that was in May, and then I was ready. I had 3 videos ready to upload, and where I live, the upload speed is so ridiculously slow. So I was trying to upload some of the Let's Play episodes, and I literally uploaded it for over 24 hours. I had an upload speed of 0.6 megabytes per second at one point, and it was just ridiculous. I just couldn't get anything on, and by the time it uploaded, YouTube then said that it had refreshed or something. I'm not really sure, but basically it wouldn't let me upload it, so I was just like so annoyed. Anyway, welcome to a speed build. I decided to build a modern home because a lot of my builds that I normally do are more contemporary or traditional houses, because where I live, that is what I see. You don't really see a lot of modern houses in the United Kingdom or in England, so I'm not really used to seeing it. So architecturally it's not what I want to build because I'm not really confident in it. This one, I did look at some pictures and it gave me the idea, and I do love it. It took me so long to build. It took me 15 hours to build it, and trying to cut it up into videos that weren't ridiculously long. I had to increase speed, so it's 10 times speed at the moment, and it's in 2 parts. So this part is about 35 minutes long, and then or 40 minutes long, sorry, and then the next part will be about 35 minutes long. And it took me 4 hours of editing just to get rid of the little snippets, just so I didn't take away too much of the actual build itself. So while I was talking, I built on this section which had loads of windows, and then I put shelves, but literally up the whole thing, and that's going to later on turn into like a Zen garden. But I thought that was quite cool, and a lot of modern houses use that sort of idea these days. And I like the idea of having a lot of open space at the top, so the roof doesn't go all the way across. And I definitely use the half walls, the different sizes. I love them. I love that there's loads of different sizes. It makes it so much easier to build a modern style house. But yeah, so it's got lots of windows, but I was trying to keep it quite private. That's why it's got the I don't know, I'd call them shades, shading I suppose, but it's not the shelves. But it was so difficult to furnish. It took so long because I just didn't know what I wanted to do at all. With the kitchen, it took so long, and the kitchen was the first room I kind of did, and you'll see, but I literally took out about an hour and a half worth of stuff from just the kitchen alone, because I didn't know what colour schemes I wanted. And when I build and furnish, I like to have an idea of who would be living in the house, so I can have an idea of what it would look like and taste wise, what they would like. And I'm very much a person that needs like a colour in a room. I don't like plain rooms like beige and stuff. I'm not really big on beige, and I like to have an accent colour in every room, and that was just so difficult. Anyway, you'll see this. You'll see my struggles. I was struggling, seriously struggling. But back to the build. So yeah, so it's just a flat roof on most of it with the half walls. As you can see, in the front I've got this shorter half wall, and then I have some additions of the medium, and I don't know, there's like 4 sizes, so I don't really know what you call them. But basically, just to give the roofing some detailing. Oh no. Oh good. My computer screen like goes to sleep sometimes when I'm trying to record the voiceover, my audio, and if I don't catch it in time, it completely stops the recording of the audio. So luckily I got it in time, so it's fine. But yeah, as you can see, I tried to increase the wall height to see if it would look better, and I just thought it looked really silly and it was just too high, and also I just thought it's going to take me ages to put more shelves in, so I was like, no, we'll just stick with the low wall, the lowest wall. And now I'm just trying to get some roofing detail. I took ages on this bit. I did so many different types of roofs, as you can see, some of them really ridiculous, but I cut out a lot of it. This is actually a trick I learnt from Steffo Sims and Dutch Master Sims, to create a curved wall that comes out and it looks like a flat curved roof, and it looks like a flat roof, and it just gives it that extra dimension and height wise that I wanted, just so it didn't look so flat, because that's a problem with when I make modern houses. I sometimes feel like they're quite flat and one-dimensional, and I just wanted to give it a bit of height, I suppose, especially with it being just a single-story house. When I play, I like a single-story house personally. It's just so much easier in gameplay to play in a single story, because you can see everyone and what they're doing, so I just find it easier to manage the Sims if it's on a single story. So yeah, this is a single story, as I said, and I think I took out a lot of the indecision with the colour scheme. Here is some of the wood paneling. I went through so many different swatches and colours for the siding and everything, and I wanted it more orange than that, because it just didn't look right with the shelves, because the shelves themselves were quite orange. I wanted it all to fit in quite nicely, so I literally went through, I think, every single wood sliding or wallpaper there was, to kind of see which ones I liked the best, but I cut out loads of that, and then, as I said, I like a popper colour. I don't like plain ones, and I was trying to steer away from green, because I feel like I always use green on the exterior of my houses. It's like my go-to colour, and that was really nice, that light like powder blue, but I just felt it wasn't right with the dark grey next to it, and in the end I really liked this green. I don't know how you would describe that colour. It's I suppose an olive green, and then it's paired with a little bit of stone, but I think I changed the stone there to some of the new wall coverings that came with the Spa Day pack. But yeah, this is where I introduce a more orange tone wood, and I really loved it at this point, and then just changing that to the wood colour as well, and then some more windows. I love these windows. I can't remember what they came with. I think it was, I don't know. Can't even remember what they're called. Get to Work, or was it the Spa Day? I think it was Spa Day. The Spa Day one just had so many great building, like build mode stuff. I really loved it. But as you can see, there's like two kind of back gardens. So there's the main back garden, which would be the family area, and then there's like a little hidden one. Well, it's not hidden, but it's like a private one for the parents of the master bedroom. So it's like a small courtyard in the back, and later on I put in a jacuzzi and a nice little seating area. So that's really nice for the adults. And then there's a more general backyard area with a swimming pool stuff that I'm doing now, and with some pavings. There's not a lot of stuff in the back garden. I find it quite difficult to decide what to put in a back garden. I normally like put the same things, like the kids jungle gym climbing frame thing, but I just didn't want to make everything the same all the time. I wanted to get it as different as I could. So yeah, I didn't put a jungle gym, and it was really, really simple back garden. And I really love the landscaping of this house. When I do landscaping, I sometimes can find it quite difficult. I'm getting tongue-tied. Oh my god. I find it quite difficult to decide what colours I want. I know, because I watch loads of like landscaping shows and like Grand Designs and stuff where they go all out on their landscaping, and they, kind of seen in those shows that they tell you that you shouldn't have too many different colours. You should kind of stick with one or two key colours, or one colour, and have the different like shades of that colour. So if you have pink, like have a bright pink, light pinks, dark pinks. But you can't really do that much colour wise with The Sims for what you've got, really. So I just went for like a lavender and pink, and then lots of greenery, and I copy a lot of the same foliage and take it across and use it all the way around the house instead of using different things, because it just makes it look more put together and like organized, I suppose. And then the layout, I actually cut loads of the layout out because I was just so indecisive. I didn't know how I wanted the layout at all, and I'd like delete all the rooms and then put them back in, and I delete them again. It pretty much looks the same in my opinion, but I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. And then I did loads of placement items. I think I deleted out the video because this video was ridiculously long. It was like 2 hours, and I was like, oh, I am not creating audio for 2 hours. And also, you guys probably don't want to listen to me speaking for 2 hours, to be honest. So yeah, I had to be a little bit ruthless and chop out quite a lot. And here I am again, changing the layout, which is ridiculous because it's pretty much the same as that, I think. Like there's a bathroom. Is this the final one? I don't even know. At the moment, it's just like loads of different walls. It's like I'm making a maze more than actual rooms at this point. Yeah, I think this is actually the final layout that I have with the living part of the house. So the house is actually separated into two sections. So it's like the family get together area, so like the living room, kitchen area on one side, and then all the bedrooms on the other. So it's quite separated. So hopefully in gameplay it's quite easy to use, and just adding some more half walls on the roof to give it some more depth, and give it some more height so it didn't look so flat, because I felt that it was very flat, and obviously with the green bits just making it more enhanced, and just increasing the foliage on the front to make it look a bit more lived in and welcoming and not so plain. I really wish they would bring in the terrain again, terrain tools, because it's just, I find it really difficult and unrealistic because everything is so flat, and you never have that ever. It's just so flat, and I kind of miss being able to have the creativity from The Sims 3 where you could make cliff lots and sunken drives, and I really hope they bring cars. And I'm probably going to go off a tangent and tell you about how much I want different things and what I want, but basically I want them to bring back toddlers, and I really hope they do. And I definitely want a colour wheel or create a style, because I find it so difficult. As you'll see later on, it was so difficult to just work out the colours. It's just so limited. The palette wise, it's just, there's some great items, but it's just so difficult to come up with colours, especially with bedrooms. Bedrooms are so difficult because I don't like to make them all the same, and when you're making loads of different houses, on a regular basis, it's really difficult to come up with an original idea. And I find like the go-to thing, especially with like a teenage bedroom, is a girl's bedroom, and there's always pink in it. It's so difficult to do a girl's bedroom without being really stereotypical. So yeah, I just wish there was a colour wheel, just some more creative options really. It's just quite limited at the moment. Anyway, let me know what you guys really want, because I'd be really interested to know what you guys like the most about the game, or what you hope that they bring back. Maybe everyone else likes the fact that it's easier, and I mean, it did take a long time to decorate a house with the colour wheel, like all the patterns and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I just placed loads of items to try and get a feel for how I was going to use the space, because it was a very open planned. And this is the kitchen. I literally cut out an hour before this. I had like a pantry and everything on it, which I do bring back. I just couldn't work out how I wanted the layout of the kitchen. It was just like so difficult. In the end, I went for like this powder pink colour, which I'm not really a big fan of pink personally, but I thought, you know, it looks really pretty, because all the colours I was going for before that were really dark, and I thought, you know, no, this is a really light space. I wanted it quite light and bright. So I got this pink, and I thought, oh, this is really nice, and paired it with like the dark cabinets and counters and some grey elements. Or I think I might change them to black, but I can't remember. So yeah, it was really nice. So I put some pink in, and I actually really love the kitchen in the end. It was just such a pain getting there. But yeah, it is really lovely. And this is a pantry I was telling you about. But unfortunately, when you change the wallpapers, everything gets deleted all the time. So later on in the second part, I'll have some screenshots, and I actually changed the shelves. And I have, I think, one shelf with some objects on, and then I have a countertop instead, just because it was just so annoying trying to put everything back on it. But yeah, it looks really nice. I really love it. I've always wanted to make a pantry in The Sims, and I never have, so I finally got to do that. And then I use a lot of pink accessories as well, and then I'm trying to work out how to have the like breakfast bar area, and how big to make it, because I don't like a two people one, just because I think it looks a bit silly. So I really like this curved piece that came on with the Cool Kitchen stuff pack, because it just makes the kitchen flow nicer. Because if it was the square one, the corner piece, then you just take up so much of the space, and it's like everything's just so straight edged. It just seems unnatural really. So but yeah, so I really love the curved end piece that came with the Cool Kitchen stuff pack. And then the ice cream maker in pink, because I needed some pink items, and I also get a pink microwave in the corner, and then some decorations. I really like all the decorations that came with The Sims 4. I mean, compared to Sims 3, it's just so much better in The Sims 4. If you really think about how many packs we really have the option of using, it's great that we've got so many decorative objects, because I don't remember the Sims 3 base game having as many as the Sims 4 base game came with, and it just gives you that bit of creativity that you don't get with the missing creator style. As you can see, I still was so unsure about this kitchen and the layout. In the end, I just stick with this layout, which I actually really like in the end. I think it's quite usable. So it's got like the cooking and prep area there with a breakfast bar so you can entertain, and then to the side by the like next to the pantry and by the back door, there is a the washing up area. So it's got a dishwasher and a sink, and then a big cabinet where you would, I suppose, put your dishes. like your plates and stuff. So that's quite good. And then this amazing picture that you get with the, I think it's Cool Kitchens, I think it was, or Spa Day, I'm not sure, but it's the one where you get to change the picture in the poster. I use it so much in all my builds since I've had that. I don't think there's one build that hasn't had that in since I've had this stuff pack, to be honest. It's really, really nice. I actually have 2 in the kitchen. It comes with such nice colours, especially the pink tones for this kitchen. It just looked really, really nice. So yeah, I'm not sure how many people will like a pink kitchen, but I think it looks quite nice. You know, I'm not a big fan of pink myself, and I think it's quite nice. It's fresh and light, which is what I wanted, especially with the kitchen being quite small for the size of the house, really. I mean, if you look at the other big part of the living space, you know, there's a formal sitting area, which realistically you wouldn't really need. So yeah, that's why I wanted to keep it quite light and welcoming. And then some benches, and I tried to put a table here just because I felt like that wall was so plain and empty, but when I tried to put the desk there, it just looked cluttered, and I didn't want a cluttered kitchen. You know, when I think of a modern house, I think quite, well, not minimalist, but not as cluttered as a Victorian house. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys tell me, I don't really know that much about modern houses. I'm not into many modern houses because there isn't many here. So, you know, if you guys live in a modern house, tell me what your decorations are like. It'd be really nice to hear what you guys actually, your houses actually are like in real life. And then trying to choose the bar stools was really difficult, and in the end I went with this one. Before I did a modern build, I thought there were so many modern style items, and then when I was doing it, I just thought, well, is this modern enough? And I just didn't really know what I wanted to do in the area, so it was really difficult to kind of work out what I wanted in terms of furnishing. So I really, really struggled. But this is the TV room where there is a TV, not the formal sitting area. It's the family room, we'll call it. And I knew I wanted a corner settee or sofa. And so I was just playing around with the ottomans and stuff, and trying to intersect them with the couches to try and get like the effect that I wanted. But it was quite difficult. The ones that are great is the outdoor seating ones, but I just felt that they weren't right for this part of the inside of the house, just because they were outside furniture. And this is quite a not glam, but very modern household, and they wouldn't have that sort of furniture in their house, I don't think. Anyway, I do use it in the little courtyard jacuzzi area. But in the end, I decided to use this settee. I'm not sure if I changed the colour, I can't remember. I think I go for a lighter colour. And then this coffee table, the mint green, was like the changing point for the room. You know, when you find that colour, when you go through everything and you find the colour, and you're like, this is the colour I'm going to use. Because, you know, it has to, because it's all open plan, the colours have to go with the rest of the house. And then you have to have wall coverings and stuff to match it or similar. So I wanted something that would complement the pink of the kitchen, even though it's not like direct view, it's still kind of, you can see it, and you can see the mint green with the pink. And I thought it was really pretty, and once I saw that coffee table, I was like, that's the colour. And then I tied it in with this pink painting, which I just love so much. It's just really pretty. and I use that series of pictures quite a lot in another build, which I really, really loved. I think you'll like it too, and hopefully I'll have that up very, very soon. It's part of the Modern Houses series. I suppose it's not actually a formal series, but it's yeah, it's that. And then so yeah, and I went for this distressed wood flooring in the sitting area, and doesn't look like I changed the sofas or settees. And I don't know if you guys have this problem as well, please let me know. I don't know why, but I had so many issues with the lights, the lighting engine in this game, for this build, sorry. It was just so weird because I don't normally have it. It's normally perfect. It runs fine on my computer. I mean, I haven't got like a super high spec like gaming computer or anything, but it's, you know, fine. It's, you know, able to do it. But when I was doing this house, it just took so long for the room to recognise that I put a light in and light up the room. And when I was putting these walls in, they came in black, and I wasn't sure why. I was just so confused. So I don't know whether anyone else has these issues. If you do, please let me know how you fix it, because I'd really like to know. So yeah, that was a problem. That was a serious problem. And then for the kind of console area for the TV, I used the small cabinets for the kitchen cabinets, as if they were, you know, where you put DVDs and stuff, and like hides the like the games and stuff that you can't have in The Sims, which is a bit annoying. I wish they would bring back a video game console like they had in The Sims 3. I really miss that. It was such a great way of getting your Sims fun up. But it took me ages, and I actually cut out a lot of this part as well, trying to decide what objects I wanted on there, and I played around a lot. In the end, I went for a really simple few pictures, and it's a really pretty frame that brings in the like mint green and the pink. There you go. So I've just cut out loads, and this appeared, and then I change it yet again, and it just takes so long. This just took me so long, this build, but I really enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. It was really fun. It was just really long. Really difficult to cut it down so it was a suitable size for YouTube, because I mean, you guys wouldn't want to listen to me talking for hours and hours on the same build. So yeah, I had to cut out quite a lot. I don't know how other YouTubers do it. I'm just in awe of people, the Sims YouTubers who can create videos that are 20 minutes long. I don't think I've had one. I've had one, and that is the one that it was a starter home, or I have 2 starter homes, so I think it was those ones, and that's because they were so small, and that was like 6 times speed, maybe. Yeah, you know, it wasn't slow. So, you know, I don't know how the Sim Supply and Deli and all those other simmers are able to make such short videos. But yeah, struggle town, serious struggle town. And then this is the formal living area. It's quite simple. It's just got a couple of one person like armchairs. I don't know why I said one person armchairs. I was thinking of one seater settee, and then I changed it to armchair. So it's got some armchairs, and I chose this purple color. I just thought it was really pretty. And I love this side table with the gold accents. It's amazing. I just love gold accents in general. In my, like, on my desk that my computer's on, I've got a gold lamp, which I love. And if I see gold stationery and stuff, I have to have it. So I really, really love that there's so many like gold accent furniture now in The Sims. So that was really, really fun. Oh, don't keep it long. I think I do the small version of that in the lounge. I mean, in the formal. So I replace that little coffee table for the small version of that side desk with the gold accent colours. And I actually spent so long on the carpet trying to choose a rug that suited the area. And I don't even think I showed you my whole struggle. I mean, I went through everything, tried loads of different colour schemes, and the problem is I'm trying to do it. I hate it don't you hate it when you're trying to say something and you just can't get your words out right? Anyway, when I do every house, I try to make it a little bit different, and I try not to do the same thing. So I was trying to find a different rug idea that was interesting to look at, but yeah, it was really difficult for this part of the room, especially when I tried to put down the flooring and work out what floor like I wanted. I generally always go for wood flooring. It's just so much easier. But yeah, once I chose the flooring, it was a lot easier. In the end, I go for, I think, the grey version of the distressed wood that's in the family living room. And then I can't even remember what rug I choose for the formal dining room. Or maybe I didn't have a rug at all. I might have just taken out the rug completely. I just don't remember. But I remember being stuck on this rug for ages, thinking it was alright. And then I was changing the colour of the settees, trying to just get everything to tie in, because everything was looking really beige and plain. So yeah, I think this is the flooring I go for in the end, which I actually really like. But the formal living or formal sitting area isn't finished yet. I still go through a few changes. It's just looking a bit bland, really. And I love this sunflower picture. It's just so cute, especially with that purple in the chairs right by it. It just looks really, really lovely. And then some flowers, because flowers always brighten up a house or a room. I love fresh flowers. I wish I could speak. Why can't I speak? I don't know, and I'm getting weird. Anywho, yeah, so, and then I tried to put these pictures. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know. I've been editing this video for so long. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But on the little coffee table, I tried to put books. So it's like it's sort of like a shadow box, but for a table. So it's got a glass top with like a shelf underneath, so you can put stuff and to display. People can see through it, which is really nice. So I tried to raise the books, as you can see there. So you can just see it slightly underneath the plant. And I tried to put a couple of books there, but they get deleted in the end, so, and I don't replace them. But I just thought it looked cute while it was there. And then the dining room. Again, it's finding the colour that I like, that suits everything else. For ages I keep the walls as this white colour, and it's just so boring and plain, and I just found it so difficult. And I go through so many chair colours, honestly, like ridiculous amount of chair colours, until I finally find the colours I like. In the end, I go for navy blues and baby blues, and it ties in with like the blue of the picture with the sunflowers and the blue of the picture over the fireplace. But I think I changed that picture to a different one, but it's got blue in it. So, but I'm still struggling to find a colour, and this is what I was trying to say earlier. The lighting was just so difficult. it's like I've got this light and I have other lights in the room, but some of the lights just don't seem to light up the area very well. And then some of the lights give off a yellow light, which I really don't like. So I'm really limited to what lights I like to use and which ones I use. Because I just hate the yellow lights that make everything more of a yellow colour. I like the white light. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Let me know if you think that some of the lights are a bit yellow in colour. But for ages, I was looking for the Bidybug lights to try and light up the area a bit more. And I think I finally found them, but I just don't like that they're in the way of the build. And it really obstructs your view on like what you're doing and what the room looks like. So in the end I don't use them. And also I felt like they're not as good as the lights in The Sims 3, the Bidybug hidden lights, because one, they're like from floor to ceiling instead of being on the ceiling lights, and they don't light up as much. Yeah, this is where I'm looking for the Bidybug lights, because it's just, this room is so dark, even though we've got loads of windows and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, so there you go. So now I find them, and look, it's not doing anything. I just don't know, it's just not doing anything. So in the end I took them out and I just put loads of those lights. They're like hidden, not hidden lights, but they don't come down from the roof. I don't know, you'll see them. I don't know how to explain them. But I use them, and this is when I can't, these lights, these are the ones, I don't know what you call them. So they don't like hang, they just go on the ceiling. So that's good. And it worked quite nicely. And then I also intersected them with the lights over the dining room in the end, just to make it brighter, and that really sorted out all my issues with the lighting. So that was good. And then yeah, it's just a really long time on this dining room, when really I didn't really change it that much. I mean, it's just finding the colour, which is what I said before. It's so difficult. And I really like this blue, and this is kind of where I decided that the blue was going to be the colour. But I didn't like it on the walls because it was just too much blue. So it was like blue, everything was blue. It's like having a fully beige room. I hate that too. So I tried to change the chairs, but the black was too dark and the cream was too light. And I go through so many different chairs, and I try to mix match the colours to try and just give it some variation. I actually really like this peach, but I like how it turns out in the end. It just ties the room together very nicely, and it looks all cohesive, the colour scheme. So it's I go back to the chairs I had before, but it's like that light blue colour. And then I try to use this rug, which is really lovely, but it just didn't seem right in that room. It was just too much colour, I felt. So I changed it, and then I end up playing around with the long runner rugs that you normally have in corridors, and intersecting them together. You know, the ones that had the Moroccan pattern. I don't know what it's called. Is it tetrafoil? Is that something else? I don't know. Anyway, so I intersect those and make it one rug, but with different colours, and I really love it in the end. It turned out really nicely. So hopefully you like it. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you like it, and I will upload part 2 very soon. If you like it, click like or subscribe or leave a comment, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye guys.